Ryan is the youngest of three. He was very well-rounded and had a lot of friends with a lot of different types of personalities.
Ryan was a fantastic person.
Oh, he was a goof.
He was the kind of son a father could be very proud of.
I always had his back. He always had mine.
He walked in, he lit up a room.
You hear a fire truck go by and you think of him.
When he talked about being a firefighter, he just became so animated and so proud.
The thing he was most passionate about, though, was helping other people.
During high school, he served as a lifeguard at the local pool. And I think that was his first experience with emergency-type techniques, and he liked it.
He just naturally gravitated to stepping up when he saw someone in need. He was driving and encountered a dog on the side of the road and didn't hesitate, swept up the dog, took him to our vet, and saved the animal.
I do remember he wanted to go to Illinois State, may possibly be a nurse practitioner. Then he told me that he wanted to get more involved in the practical side of it. I think I'd like to be in the EMT side.
He completed that training, and he worked for several private ambulance companies, and he wanted more than that.
I could see that this was no longer just a hobby. It was going to be a career.
He just seemed like he had found himself.
He was sent to the fire academy in Arlington Heights to complete his firefighter training. He got a job here at Hometown, got another part-time position with North Palos. It was difficult trying to do two at once. I think it was tiring, but again, he loved it.
Every fireman will tell you there's a certain adrenaline rush, actually getting involved in patients and helping them.
He was focused on his career, trying to be the best and to help others be the best.
Ryan was very humble. He did a lot for people, but kept it quiet. He had won an award for rescuing a woman out of a burning building here in Hometown.
They were called from Hometown to a fire, and the truck went out, and there were police on the scene, and they had said that they knew there was an elderly woman in the home. A few weeks after that, he said, oh, there's a town hall meeting, and they're going to talk about it, and so would you come? And we were, well, of course. But we didn't really realize what he actually had done until we got there. And his chief started to tell us about it, and really what the situation was like when he entered that burning building. He went in, couldn't see a thing, crawled on the floor and felt her, and was able to bring her out. She was a 90-year-old woman.
When I talked to him about it, he was like, that's my job. And I wasn't the only one there. You know, there was a team of us that rescued that woman. So he was humble.
I think we were all just dumbstruck, but just had no idea of the intensity of the situation. I guess, you know, that was part of our being naive about things. I knew the last few months there was more of a strain. He had lost a close friend that was in a car accident in his district, but he was not on duty. It was a friend coming home from work. It was raining, the car hydroplaned, and she went into a tree and was probably killed instantly. But later we found out that he had said to other people that he regretted not being on duty because he thought maybe he would have been able to help her. And we also found out that he had visited that site of the wreck on several occasions. The next month or so, he tested, he found out he was third on the list at North Palos and was going to be getting it probably within a year. So we were so excited. He was so excited. Shortly after that, Ryan, another guy, got a call. And this young teenage boy, I think he was 16, had put a gun to his head and shot himself. And Ryan was at the house a couple days or a week after that. He made it sound like his partner was fairly distraught over this whole thing, and with that, the conversation shifted. Someone came into the room, and we never finished the conversation. But we found out after Ryan died that Ryan was distraught, and Ryan worked on this boy until they got a pulse. They transported him to the hospital, at which time the emergency room doctor just took one look and just said, there's no way. And Ryan, being very upset, I guess called out, "Is that all you're going to do? Is this it? Is that all you're going to do for him?" Some of his friends here said that they felt that he wasn't quite the same after that.
Of course it's going to affect you. Why? I mean, I don't know why it never occurred to me before that it wasn't so traumatic.
How could you not have those things keep you up at night?
He didn't share the pain.
Yeah, he was pretty private about those type of feelings. You kind of look back and say, well, why was he so private about them? You know, if it was bothering him so much, but hid behind a smile. The kid who lights up the room.
He probably held a lot back from family, maybe more to protect us.
So we do feel that this was an experience with PTSD. I think with fatigue of working 2 jobs nonstop, going from one house to another, we might have contributed to what happened to him because we had no answer. We just didn't understand it. He had made plans. He had bought a new car. There was just too many variables that just didn't make any sense.
You build this life full of relationships, career, and then on one rainy Tuesday, it all is shattered.
Just complete shock.
Somebody that young, you don't expect it. We didn't expect that out of Ryan.
Because it was just so far beyond his personality.
The happiest person, you know, any of us ever know, and now it's surrounded by the saddest moment.
And I think being so difficult and just not understanding what happened, we were looking for answers. And little by little, as the short amount of time went by, I think we all started thinking about PTSD. I think individually we all started researching it and getting online. We were just totally devastated when we started looking at the numbers of firefighter suicides as compared to line of duty deaths. And we felt it was an epidemic.
We had no idea that this was such a huge problem. And we wanted to be able to create some awareness so that it wouldn't happen to another family.
That's part of what we want to change as part of our REACT group.
REACT is about Ryan Elwood. Ryan Elwood, awareness, counseling, and training. Through our organization, we're trying to collect as much money as we can and to give it to people who are doing the job that we are trying to get aware of, counseling and training.
We knew we wanted to do something that would help carry on the work that Ryan did. We figured there's probably someone else out there doing exactly what we want to do, and because we had never done anything like this before, I started Googling.
Claire helped us find the Illinois Firefighter Peer Support to give us some insight into the PTSD.
The first time I talked to Matt, I think we talked for an hour. And when he started telling me about what other men and women have been going through, it was shocking that when we realized that this is what happened to Ryan, and this is what's happening to all kinds of firefighters, and why doesn't anybody know this? We decided right then we were going to do a fundraiser. We had over 90 volunteers, we had over 700 attendees, and we raised about $100,000. It blew our minds, it became so big, and we realized the whole time that these are all people, they're all coming together because they know it's a problem.
And they're not necessarily coming straight out and saying, I need help, but they're helping in other ways by helping get donations and such. I feel like when we originally started this, we were looking to do a fundraiser to kind of get the word out. We were expecting very little. This has taken legs of its own. We donated $20,000 to the Illinois Firefighter Institute. We're going to have 60 minutes to 90 minutes of class time now.
And they will not only include brand new firefighters, but it will also include officers.
The ultimate goal would be no suicides in the firehouse ever. We know that's nirvana.
So our goal moving forward is to continue to spread the word. We want to see this part of every curriculum, not only in Illinois, but across the country. We're going to keep going until we don't see the statistics that we've been seeing.
We would like no family ever to suffer the trauma, the mental anguish that we've gone through. If Ryan were here, that's what he would want. That's what REACT would want. Ryan Elwood, Awareness Counseling Training.
Now, 5 foot under here, got tight shirt on.